Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. Let me show you how you can switch between apps and windows on your Mac. So I'm using Mac OS 10.9. We're going to look at switching between apps. I have several apps running here. Safari, TextEdit, and Notes. And you can see the windows are all on top of each other. And it's very easy to switch between apps. You can actually just, if you find the window, like for TextEdit, you can click on it and switch to TextEdit. And if you have more than one document open, here's two documents in TextEdit, they can intermingle with other windows and other apps. So I can bring this TextEdit window to the front, but the other one is still hidden behind here. I can bring this one. So you can just click on the windows to bring each thing to the front. You could also, of course, hide apps. So for instance, I could, in Safari here, I can hide Safari. Command H is the shortcut for hiding, and that will hide Safari and reveal what's behind it. Now I can also go to different apps by simply clicking on them in the dock. So I'm going to unhide Safari by clicking on it, but if I want to bring those TextEdit windows to the front, I click on TextEdit. I can bring Notes up to the front like that. I can even control click on some apps like TextEdit and see the most recent items, but also down here these are the two windows that are currently open. So I could bring this one only to the front and switch to having that document in TextEdit be in front of everything else. So you can do that to bring them to the front, and also within an app you can use Command and the key that's just below the Escape key, which has a tilde on it, and you do Command and tilde and it will switch between windows in the same app here. So I've got two TextEdit windows, it's switching between each one of those, but it won't switch to windows in other apps. Now the big shortcut for switching between apps is use Command and Tab, and that brings up the switcher, which you'll see in the center of the screen here. And now you see all the apps, and I can continue to, I have the Command key held down, I'm going to continue to hit Tab, and I can move to each app, and then when I release the Command key, that's the app that moves to the front. So I can do that, and I can use Shift to move backward through the list. If the list gets long, that's sometimes very useful. And just as soon as I lift up the Command key, it's up. So it takes a little practice if you've never done that before, but once you get the hang of it, it's really quick to switch between apps and even bring the Finder to the front like that using Command and Tab. Now another way to very visually switch between apps is to activate Mission Control. And if I do that by clicking on Mission Control here, not only do I have spaces available at the top, something we won't look at in this video, but you can see the different apps here, and it sort of separates them as much as it can. It gets a little complex if there's a lot of apps running, but I can click on any one to jump right to it. So I can jump to Notes, and I can even click on a specific window here to bring that window to the front. So you should check out System Preferences under Mission Control, and you've got a lot of options here. For instance, using the Control and then up arrow to go to Mission Control very quickly. You can also switch to just application windows. So for instance, if I'm running TextEdit, Control and down will bring up just the windows in this app. And you have some other options here as well. You can decide, for instance, to have the windows not grouped by application. So now when I activate Mission Control, you can see the TextEdit windows are on the left and right, separate from each other, different than before. And you can also select your keyboard shortcut here for bringing up Mission Control or bringing up just the windows inside the application as well. And there's another keyboard shortcut for hiding everything and just bringing up the desktop, which could be handy if you store files there and you want to quickly get to them.